that different from what we have seen today. So adjust your weekend plans accordingly. Butte and Bozeman with daytime highs doing something similar. 50s return as soon as Tuesday. Lewistown and Glasgow 50s returning as soon as Tuesday as well. Turning wet weather from snow back to rain. Next 8 to 14 days for the start of May.
Ben Weinman, Kathleen Dozier, and Elena Margot, bringing you the content that connects our community. You're watching NonStop Local Montana at 6.
We begin tonight on this Thursday evening. Breaking news tonight in your Big Six headlines. A shooting investigation underway at the Mall of Louisiana in Baton Rouge. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Ben Weinman.
And I'm Kathleen Dozier. Police say at least 10 people were injured after an argument led to a shooting this afternoon. One is officially has been named dead as well. Several people were taken to the hospital, but no fatalities were reported. The police chief says 2 groups of people in the food court got into an argument and started shooting at one another. He
added that the shooting does not appear to be a random act of violence. Authorities are looking still for at least one shooter right now. The victims' ages have not been released. And back here in Montana, the big story tonight across the Treasure State. One of the most iconic restaurants in all of the Treasure State. They've been in service for over 100 years. Finally closing their doors.
Pekin Noodle Parlor, widely considered the oldest continuously operating Chinese restaurant in the country, is shutting its doors. Our Bradley Warren has more on the story.
Well, it was an announcement made via Facebook today that left many emotional. The historic Butte-based Pekin Noodle Parlor will end operation after 115 years. Here's the post. The restaurant has been owned by the Tam family since it opened. Most recently, of course, Danny Wong unfortunately passed away. Governor Bullock commemorated his service to the state of Montana and Butte, America by giving him a day in his honor. His son Jerry worked to carry on the legacy with pride, dedication, and deep gratitude for everyone who walked through the doors. That's what the Post said. But they say, despite their best efforts, changing financial conditions have made it difficult to continue. And they have reached a point where they need to say goodbye. But online, they do say a big thank you to everyone who has stopped by over the years and sat in those famous orange booths. Now, the big question, is this effective immediately? That is unclear. I did text Jerry. He responded telling me the wound is still fresh. He also sent me a very nice message that we'll share with you on our website. But at this point, I don't have an answer for you on that question. But of course, we can still all be grateful for the memories we've had in uptown Butte, America at the Pekin. Reporting from the Post Desk, I'm Bradley Warren, NonStop Local.
Bradley, thank you so much. Switching gears now, the federal government is moving to reclassify marijuana.
Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche signing that order today that would make it a Schedule III drug. That's the same as something like Tylenol, codeine, or ketamine. Right now, it's a Schedule I drug like heroin and ecstasy. Schedule I drugs are considered to have no medical use. Rescheduling marijuana would actually open the door to more research on the medicinal properties. It would also likely ease the federal tax burden on dispensaries in states where the drug is currently legal.
And the spring home buying season is continuously ramping up as mortgage rates are falling. According to Freddie Mac, the average 30-year fixed rate fell to 6.23% this week. That's the third straight week mortgage rates have fallen, easing from a recent peak of 6.46% earlier this month. Typically, more homes come on the market this time of year because buyers and sellers want to move over the summer before the new school year begins.
This week, a Great Falls woman has been sentenced to 100 years in prison with 20 years suspended for a deadly incident that killed a local business owner. Kelsey Stagmiller pleading guilty to deliberate homicide and criminal mischief for the 2025 incident that led to the death of 50-year-old Sarah Bailey. Stagmiller was also ordered this week to pay more than $40,000 in restitution. And for your final Big Six headline tonight, we here at NonStop Local, of course, are your local election headquarters. And over in Bozeman, new information for you regarding the upcoming primary and school special district elections.
Our Michael Teeple spoke with election officials and workers who say there has been a critical misprint on thousands of ballots for those races.
An error on the barcodes to thousands of Montana ballots have election workers here at the Gallatin County Elections Office working tirelessly to correct that mix-up before the deadlines approach in early May for ballots to be sent out to voters.
It was on Tuesday we were notified by the post office that our ballot return envelopes were being directed to go to a different location per the barcode that was on those envelopes. The barcode that's on there is just a sample, and we needed to update that to be the barcode for our office, and that was not done.
Eric Semerad is the Gallatin County Election Administrator and says despite the mix-up, the Elections Office is not without help, because at the heart of this situation working to correct the misprint, well, those would be the election workers.
I am putting labels across the barcode on the ballots. There was a barcode inadvertently printed on the envelopes, and so we're covering each barcode with a sticker so there's no confusion at the post office when they're being returned to be sent back to the election office.
They've been working for the past few days to correct this mistake to the over 77,000 school and special district election ballots and over 60,000 primary election ballots.
There's a lot of different tasks, and every day is usually different, but it's usually some sort of sitting down paperwork, a little bit tedious, but important.
And even with this turn of events, voters still have time to receive their ballots, with school and special district ballots being mailed out on May 5th and primary ballots going out on May 8th. Reporting in Bozeman, I'm Michael Teeple for NonStop Local.
Michael Teeple, thanks. Just a quick correction we wanted to bring to your attention about those dates that Michael just mentioned. The ballots for the school and special district elections, those have already been mailed out to voters. Voters need to send them, those actually happened on April 17th. The primary election ballots, those are going to be sent out to voters coming up on May 8th.
Now that we've gone through those news headlines, we're going to continue tracking a wintry mix across parts of Montana that we've been seeing, with snow and strong winds making for, tough travel conditions across the state.
Yeah, tonight we're not going to waste any time. Let's get right to weather forecaster Elena Margot. Elena, you mentioned earlier this afternoon, it feels like Christmas out there for a lot of folks across the Treasure State.
Especially because we didn't have a winter, if anyone
really
remembers.
Yeah, totally. And it's been those big flakes that just cake
Fluffy.
onto your hair. I got one on my eyelash. Yeah, and we're beyond Easter here. But, we do need the moisture. It's going to pay off when we want to float the river this summer.
Yes.
And when the wildfires are trying to rear their nasty head. I did get a message from a viewer in Red Lodge saying, hey, we'll take the moisture with that fire there. Yeah, exactly. Good evening, everybody. We will take more moisture, and of course, we will continue to track more snow moving in over the next couple of hours. But let's talk rain first. Yesterday, we broke a major record in Missoula. The most rain in a single day in the Missoula area ever. Broke a previous record from 1994 by a significant margin, by almost a quarter inch of rain. So that was a big deal, and yesterday you probably had to take out your rain boots. My rain boots and umbrella don't match quite like this, but maybe someday. All right, quick look at Futurecast rain models, of course suggesting most of that rain localizing in areas of western Montana. More rain and more snow to develop. Several inches of snow still on the line, as we still have heavy snow bringing us advisories and warnings to much of the region. Current satellite radar picking up on snow between Missoula and the Hamilton area over that I-15 corridor, over that I-90 corridor. I-15 a little bit clearer right now, but you can also see 94 getting hit with heavy rain between Billings and Miles City, Red Lodge to Powell and Cody of northern Wyoming with heavy snow still right now. Current wind gusts between 30 and 40 miles per hour in areas of the eastern plains, 23 mile per hour gusts right now in West Yellowstone. Temperature change since this time last night, net negative by as much as 36 degrees in the Glendive area. Cooler statewide, though, that is a trend compared to 608 last night. Current conditions in the 30s in the 30s in the western portion of the state, 40s in the eastern portion of the state. Lows tonight getting mighty chilly with a chance for some more snow. Latest drought monitor picking up on the worst conditions in southwestern and north central Montana. I'll be back with a longer look at that wintry weather forecast.
Elena Margot, thank you very much. Let's go beyond the big sky tonight. Breaking developments in the war with Iran. President Trump says the U.S. will attack any Iranian boats that are placing mines in the Strait of Hormuz. You're seeing a social media post about it right now. In it, the president says the Navy won't hesitate to, quote, shoot and kill.
It's a repeat of a threat he first issued last month. Trump also says U.S. minesweepers are already working to clear the waterway. But this all comes as tensions in the region continue to rise. Iran has recently attacked multiple cargo ships in the Strait of Hormuz.
They've seized 2 of them right now, calling it retaliation for U.S. actions within the region. At the same time, U.S. forces have moved to seize another oil tanker linked to Iran, further escalating the standoff and adding new uncertainty around a possible ceasefire. The president says he's still open to long-term agreements, but is now waiting on a formal proposal from Tehran.
Meanwhile, military planners from dozens of countries are meeting in the UK as Britain and France says the focus right now is finding, quote, practical military options to keep that critical shipping route and global trade moving. Now let's take a look at those gas prices with the war between Iran and the U.S. It's impacting those prices here in our state. The state average for regular gas is sitting just over $4 a gallon. In Montana and Wyoming, both sitting around 10 cents below that national average. Not bad for now, but you know, if oil prices continue to climb up and more between the war goes on, those increases could start showing up at the pumps very soon.
And despite Montana being in a better position than much of the country, gas prices is something just about everyone is feeling right now.
But it's not just your average Joe's businesses that rely on the road every day. They're feeling it too.
That's right. For companies like Red's Towing in Missoula, fuel isn't optional. It's constant. Local towing companies tell us as these prices are climbing, they're starting to see changes in both their business and their customers.
And with so much uncertainty globally affecting gas prices, these companies are taking it day by day.
Our trucks are on the road like all day, every day. So we see the hurt for the fuel prices a lot. And all our trucks are diesel. So we see the impact of that, which does have to increase costs a little bit. We're trying to keep that down for people because towing's really already expensive.
Cohen says it's a balancing act, sometimes absorbing costs while other times adding small surcharges just to keep up. She also says they've seen some slowdown as drivers cut back on travel.
Well, folks, we are just getting started here on NonStop Local. After the break, Elena returning. Longer look at the rest of your weekend forecast. What's it look like in your neighborhood?
We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back, giving you a live look at road conditions across the state of Montana. All right, Reynolds Pass, Monida Pass, Homestake, Monarch Canyon, heavy snow. Feels a little bit more like wintertime or Christmas time. Jingle bells, although we're talking more like hippity hop. We're actually beyond Easter. I don't know what song we should be singing. What's the next holiday? Can't even think. What's the next holiday, Kat? 4th of July, yeah, let's sing about that as we see daytime highs warming by this time next week. Winter storm alerts and snow this evening. Return for rain and snow tomorrow. Highs to the 40s and lows to the 20s, very similar to what we saw today as we move into the next several days, even into your weekend. So adjust those weekend plans accordingly. All right, winter storm advisories for the Missoula and Bitterroot valleys all the way extended into Helena to Butte, where we could see up to 3 new inches of snow there, up to 2 in the Gallatin Valley. Absaroka, Beartooth Mountains could see between 10 and 18 new inches of snow. The northeastern Bighorn Mountains of northern Wyoming between a half and an entire foot of snow. Meanwhile, areas closer to Jordan and Glendive could see up to 3 new inches of snow. All of these should extend into noontime tomorrow. There is a chance for some of that to be extended even further. We'll keep you posted on if those advisories and warnings are prolonged. For the rest of the evening tonight between now and 9, Sheridan to Broadus with a good chance for some heavy snow and a little bit of rain. Clearing conditions overnight tonight between Billings, Roundup in the Miles City area. A little bit more snowfall in the western portion of the state. Middle of the night tonight into the early part of the morning tomorrow, still tracking potential for some snow squalls. Temperatures should be cold enough for this precipitation to roll through in the form of snow. That should impact areas between Red Lodge and Billings into the afternoon on Friday. A chance for clearing conditions as we move beyond Friday night into Saturday, but still a chance for some Sunday snow to redevelop on our radar, bringing us, of course, a chance for some rain between Miles City and Glendive, snow into central Montana. As we move into Sunday and Monday, still a chance for some unsettled weather, but in terms of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday temperature trends, things to trend a little bit warmer. High wind warnings to talk about still between Glasgow, Jordan, and Glendive. If you've been with us or you were with us at 5 o'clock, we've seen this area shrink, highlighted in orange. Still a chance for wind gusts to reach 60 miles per hour. That extended a little further into this evening. Futurecast wind gust model suggesting 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts along the high line and into the eastern plains for the rest of the evening tonight. Looking into tomorrow, 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts into about this time tomorrow night. That forecasted for areas like Lewistown and Havre, 20 to 25 mile per hour gusts possible in the Billings area. Moving into the afternoon and evening on Saturday, things a little bit calmer, especially when it comes to wind. Now, lows tonight should dip down into the 30s for areas like Billings, 20s for areas of the northeast, including Glasgow and Jordan. 24 degrees for Sheridan, 24 as well in south central Livingston. Partial cloud cover in much of central and eastern Montana. Now, tomorrow's daytime highs back to the 40s, 46 degrees in Billings, 34 for our friends in Glasgow, 34 as well in Cody, low 40s for Sheridan. I'll remind you folks, at this part of the end of April, we ought to see temperatures in the mid 50s to low 60s, not the 30s or 40s. These temperatures way colder than where we should see them for this time of year. Moving into the next 7 days, though, we do see temperatures trending a little bit closer to seasonal averages by this time next week. We'll take a look at the next 7 days and get you set up for the weekend and the work week ahead. Daytime highs in the 40s and 50s over the next 7 days in areas like Billings and Miles City. We do see daytime highs becoming a little bit more mild and things drying out by Tuesday, but until then, a chance for wet weather, especially Sunday of this coming weekend. Cody and Livingston with daytime highs from the 30s tomorrow. Lows down to the 20s and teens, then back to the 40s for Saturday and Sunday. Those conditions feeling a little bit more like early spring, but we will let it slide because we do desperately need the moisture across the state of Montana with extreme drought in much of the region. Over the next 8 to 14 days, believe it or not, our 8 to 14 day outlook suggesting that the first entire week of May could be slightly above average in terms of temperature, especially in western Montana. The eastern plains a little bit closer to seasonal averages when it comes to temperature. And in that same time frame, we should see near average precipitation trends, although, of course, our fingers will still be crossed for more moisture during that period. We'll be right back.
This is NonStop Local.
Welcome back, everyone. Yesterday, we told you about a career fair here in Missoula aimed at connecting job seekers with local employers.
Today, those doors opened, and for many, it was a chance to finally make those connections face to face. NonStop Local's Ethan Jamba was there and spoke with people about what they're seeing in today's job market.
Yeah, guys, for many job seekers here in Missoula, the search has not been easy. Applications were sent out online with little to show for it, but today at the Western Montana Career Fair, some of those are finding new hope.
I have a lot of experience, and I just don't seem to be getting very many responses, so I really like places like this where I could actually go and talk to people in person.
Dozens of employers filled the room, offering opportunities across multiple industries, and for many, the chance to meet face-to-face is making a difference.
It was a little rough out there, but coming here today, there was a lot of options, and I got some great contacts, and feeling a lot more optimistic about it.
Others say the job search has been a long process, especially for younger workers trying to break into the market. But events like this can open doors that online applications sometimes can't.
I was looking for about 5-6 months on Indeed and all of these websites that I just kept getting rejections, and it seemed like there wasn't anybody looking for under 18. I've walked out with a couple and some pretty promising looking experiences.
And for some, just having options in one place makes the process feel more accessible.
I'd say it's pretty good. Definitely, there's some mixed ones, like people who are ready to throw out a job application to you, and then there's some who are just kind of like, hey, you can help us sweep your floor. But I mean, it's really good. There's a lot of options here.
I spoke with the organizers, and they say events like this are all about making those connections, helping employers find their workers, and helping job seekers find the right fit.
Ethan, before you go, a couple questions for you. After talking with all those people today, the community members, what kind of stood out most to you about how they're feeling about the job market and where we're currently at in Montana?
You know what really stuck out to me is that a lot of folks are having a hard time finding something that is just the right fit. Sure, there's a lot of job opportunities out there, but sometimes it's pay requirements, sometimes it's work category stuff. Those are the main concerns that I've seen from folks.
So you were around a lot of those folks today. Bottom line, the people you speak to, feeling more hopeful after going through that process today?
Certainly. I spoke with a couple folks who were able to land a good job out there, and some others, they were fairly optimistic. They said, I've got a couple folks that I'm going to be talking to, got some interviews lined up, so everything's looking good for them.
That's awesome. It's great news for a lot of the state of Montana tonight. We need jobs. We need people to fill them. Ethan Jamba joining us live in the studio tonight. Ethan, thank you. Okay, taking another quick break here on NonStop Local.
On the other side, we're going to be sharing the good. Bringing Elena Margot back up here on the desk with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. For our Share the Good this evening, students and community partners in Billings are showcasing those green thumbs today, trying to make the Magic City a little greener.
The Montana Urban and Community Forestry Association and Arbor Day Foundation are partnering with the HDR Foundation to teach students the steps it takes to plant a tree. In total, 48 trees will be planted in an effort to improve shade and outdoor spaces at schools. Students at Skyview High School spoke about what it's like being a part of something that will last for years to come.
Realizing that these trees are probably going to live for 80, 90, 100 years, long past when I graduate or even live. It's just cool. It's an amazing experience.
It feels good knowing that like me helping with this today is going to impact so many future kids here at Skyview High School.
Longer than I'm even living, man. That's how long these trees are going to be. That's awesome. And since it is, of course, Earth Week this week, there are multiple eco-friendly events like the one you're seeing here happening across Montana that you can be a part of, including the Gallatin County Earth Day Festival. It's happening this Saturday at the fairgrounds. The Flathead River Cleanup is happening this Saturday as well at Marionette Park in Columbia Falls.
I wish I could plant a tree in high school. That sounds like a lot of fun.
That is a lot of fun. I sent out a poll to my Instagram followers yesterday, Earth Day. What do you do? And somebody wrote in and said, I plant trees. So that's pretty awesome.
We need them.
We need them, exactly.
Unfortunately, those trees might have been hit immediately with some snow.
Right.
Welcome to Montana, tree.
A little moisture.
Learn a little bit about us. Here's some snow in April. Updated forecast from Elena coming up later on tonight, folks. For our entire team, have a great night, everyone.